I'm tired. Your first
Press play. There's the magic finger. Pressing down. Yeah.
The Wrestling Club with Darren and Brett. We've got a show that you'll never forget.
Greetings, Grapple fans, and welcome to WFMU's Wrestling Club, the only space that's safe for all wrestling fans, whether you're casual, lapsed, obsessed, or ashamed. I'm Darren Maybe, broadcasting from my bedroom here in a snowy and cold Jersey City, where tonight we're going to be talking about the news in professional wrestling. We're going to be, I don't know what else we're doing, to be totally honest with you. I just kind of rolled out of bed for this one, but hey, I'm happy you're joining us. I'm happy you're here with us. Thanks for downloading the podcast. Thanks for checking out the YouTube video. We appreciate you appreciating us. Let's just hop right into it. Let me introduce you to my tag team partner coming to us live via satellite from Hollywood, California, the only to my Gene, Brett Davis. Brett.
How's it going, Darren?
I'm doing okay. You know, we're doing this a little live tonight.
Yeah, well, you know, this will be a loose one. Tonight we are going to take a look at our next fantasy match. There's the greatest Royal Rumble. Last year we did the worst Royal Rumble. So, Darren, how do you think we should top it this year?
Well, you know, when it comes to fantasy matches, you know, there's all kinds of, I know the TNA Knockouts division had a couple of different fantasy matches, XPW, ECW, but I think, maybe we could I don't want to do like the sexiest Royal Rumble because I'll get all horny.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could do, maybe we could take a look, in wrestling's past, and we could maybe, look at some classic wrestlers and how they would fare in the Royal Rumble, because the Royal Rumble is not that old. I mean, it's only 34 years it's been going on, or 38 years. I don't know how long, but it's not that long. Wrestling's been around for hundreds of years. So maybe
it's only a few months older than I am.
That's interesting. And I was born the same month as WrestleMania. That's how I know how old I am and what number WrestleMania we're on, because I just got to add one to my age or subtract one from WrestleMania. It's very handy. But
although like WWE, you stopped counting.
Yeah, this year I turn into this is my square birthday.
Is that the WrestleMania square?
Next year will be my lightning bolt. And when I hit 40, I think that's like a poopy emoji.
Oh, I think it's actually WrestleMania Star this year.
It wasn't a WrestleMania Star last year.
No, it was WrestleMania Part 2.
WrestleMania Part 2?
Pirate 2.
Oh, Pirate 2. Okay, so this year's WrestleMania Star. What else is coming? We got any other WrestleMania symbols?
Well, we got WrestleMania Elimination Chamber, WrestleMania Backlash, WrestleMania SmackDown.
It's very interesting. We got a lot to look forward to, is considering we are, lifelong hardcore WWE supporters and fans, and we're going to get more into that in this podcast. But I think instead of back to Royal Rumble, we've done the greatest, WWE's done the greatest Royal Rumble. We've done the worst Royal Rumble. This year, they've done a men's Rumble, a women's Rumble. This year's Royal Rumble is going to have a lot of new wrestlers because they got rid of all the old ones in the last year. So maybe instead of doing, new wrestlers, we'll do old wrestlers. How about the oldest Royal Rumble?
Exactly.
Only took us 5 minutes to get to that.
Yeah. Jerry Legend in the chat is they'd like to see Ivan the wrestling bear in the Rumble. I don't think the bear life expectancy is going to work for this event, because bears only live to
like 6. 6
yeah,
years.
I don't know.
I think the bears never get past the teenage years. They're not a long living creature. They have a lot of health problems.
Yeah,
it's pretty sad.
But
so Ivan the bear, unfortunately dead. But maybe we could get Russian Bear Ivan Koloff will be in it. He's kind of
Perhaps. I think you may be surprised because I didn't know a lot of these people were still alive. But we'll get into that in a little bit. We have some wrestling news. We were kind of skipped the news last week. Did you see Wrestle Kingdom? What'd you think? We discussed it in depth.
We did this. We previewed it in depth 2 weeks ago. I watched nights 1 and 2. I did not watch the Noah show. Basically, I don't know if you can yet. I think it's going to be on New Japan World this week, so I'll catch up with it. But Wrestle Kingdom, I did the usual. I stay up as late as possible, which means I watch the Rumble match, and I watch the whatever stupid matches are in the beginning, the undercard. I fall asleep, and then I wake up and see Okada celebrating. That's what I did this year too. So it was good. I went back and watched it. I liked the main events. It was cool. It's fine. It doesn't feel like Wrestle Kingdom, but it was great to watch Okada have 2 great Okada main events. I feel like I haven't spent enough time with one of my favorite wrestlers in a while because of the pandemic. You know why. So that was interesting. What about you, Brett? What did you think of Wrestle Kingdom?
It's the Quiet Tokyo Dome, less bad than the summer shows, but the Quiet Tokyo Dome still really can bore me to tears during some of the slower moments. But those main events were great, and there was the Shibata match had me on the edge of my seat because he said, actually, for the first time ever, the world gasped in horror at the reveal that it's a pro wrestling match. Because he's not supposed to be doing that.
Where he fought his son.
He fought his son,
his little boy. Beat the shit out of his boy. But that was great. I love Shibata. It was great to see him. I hope his head's okay. I hope we don't get too far.
Like Bryan Danielson in that match last week. Just the headbutt contest with Hangman Page.
No, I think they were working it. I don't think he was doing real headbutts.
Yeah,
I can't tell.
As you know from your experience of the special without Brett Davis, sometimes worked headbutts can get a little out of control.
I've never taken a worked headbutt on the special without Brett Davis. Only shoot headbutts.
Yeah, we were UWF rules on that show.
True.
You can find that Christmas episode we're talking about in the special archives. That was our old public access show. If you don't know our history, we worked snug. Yeah. What I did watch was Impact Hard to Kill, which was a very there are a lot of interesting things on it. I got to see my favorite Impact broadcast team of Tom Phillips and Ian Riccaboni run down the upcoming Royal Rumble pay-per-view before a Ring of Honor versus AAA title match. That was interesting. Wrestling's broken. Yeah, wrestling it's on fire pro mode now. But Deonna Purrazzo, new Ring of Honor champion, beat Roxy. Oh, no idea. Yeah. No, I know Deonna Purrazzo. Great. She's our hometown girl. Hackettstown. I support a Warren County. She might be the most famous person ever from Warren County, New Jersey. Perhaps. That's great. I don't watch, if I watch Impact, it's whatever repeats are playing on the Impact Pluto channel. So, I'll see, a Ravens rules match, or, I'll see, Twink AJ Styles. And Eli Drake versus Tyrus. Yeah, there's a lot of Tyrus on those archives. It's amazing what the Impact archive is, because there's like 2 years of Impact that we all think of when we think of Impact. 2009, 2010, the Hogan, the Bischoff, but there was a lot of Impact. I mean, the Moose era is like over half of the TNA history. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too. I think their deal is that they can't use any of the years that they were good or noteworthy, even if they were bad. True. Like their clock stops from like 2006 to like 2011.
Pretty much, yeah. And I think I think a lot of things stopped in 2006 with Impact. Like they'll hire anybody. They're old school that way.
No, in fairness, they were. I think that's when they kind of settled down a little bit. You look at those 2003 Impact shows, and it's like, oh, here's Nikita Koloff unmasked.
Snook is chasing a woman.
Yeah, Snook is chasing the little people. Also,
who have guns.
All right. They have guns.
Yeah.
back to proper pure wrestling. Jonathan Gresham is all over the place as the Ring of Honor champion. Suddenly the Ring of Honor championship is cool because it can go anywhere and appear anywhere, and it's not.
Brett, I have a question about Jonathan Gresham.
Yes.
Somebody I don't really know a lot about. I've seen him wrestle a handful of times. I haven't followed Ring of Honor closely for the past few years. But I did check out something with him. He was on it. And what's with his mask? What's that about?
Well, that's a Cthulhu mask.
Oh.
I think.
Why? But why does he wear it? I thought he was like.
Well, you see, he is the king of the octopus hold, so he wears something like an octopus mask.
I thought Antonio Inoki was was like the master of the octopus hold.
Well, he's not throwing those around as much anymore.
I don't want to jump all over the place, but that's just what we're going to do tonight. But back to New Japan. Did you see that Okada at the end of Wrestle Kingdom shouted out Antonio Inoki, which is the first time apparently that Antonio Inoki's name has been mentioned in New Japan in almost 20 years. They're building to their 50th anniversary show, which is so funny. It's on my birthday this year. New Japan and I share the same birthday. I can't because I can't pass the test to get over there. But I'm very much looking forward to an Antonio Inoki appearance at the 50th anniversary of New Japan because
you think he did the slap line?
I don't know if he can. I think it's more like he's like in the getting out of bed phase of his life.
Yeah. He had a rough 2020 for sure. Yeah, I don't know.
We got to do a show about Antonio Inoki because we
did a show about Antonio Inoki.
What one?
We went the first one with Emily Pratt. We talked about Antonio Inoki, then we talked about little Antonio Inoki.
Oh, we did talk. I do remember that, but I feel like we've gone real in depth with Vince McMahon, right? And I feel like Antonio Inoki is every bit as weird and bad as Vince McMahon. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe something to look forward to. Maybe if the people want it, we'll talk about it.
Hey, speaking of weird and bad, Sonny is in the news again.
Oh no.
Our friend, we'd like to apologize on her behalf. Apparently she made some terroristic threats, had a non-lethal weapon.
What do you think it was? What do you think it was? What wrestling weapon was it? That was a Singapore cane.
I'd like to think it was just a pepper spray, but I'm guessing probably something weird.
I'm guessing Molotov. I'm getting Molotov cocktail, maybe just fireworks. They're illegal in Jersey.
Well, that's not what she would be arrested for. She was what was it?
It depends fireworks are illegal, but it is illegal to use them as a weapon.
She was arrested in Kingsburg, New Jersey, which is right on the shore, right?
Yeah, that's in the bad part of the shore. I think that's kind of
maybe she I'll blow up that Ferris wheel.
Oh no, why is she attacking children?
She's been in and out of prison since serving 8 months in DA charges in 2018, spending a total of nearly 3 years behind bars. Her most recent prison stay ended in June of last year, 2021. And yeah, she we wish her well. We want her on the show, and we don't want to do one of those weird prison zooms.
I'll visit her. If she puts me on the list, I'll go. We'll give her money for candy, whatever they need to get in there. I hope
I feel like we talked about our run-in with Sunny, right?
Oh yeah, we talk about it every time we interact, Brett.
Yeah.
You remind me of how horny you were.
Oh yeah. I mean, we were standing near the bathroom.
The men's room. We're in the line for the men's room because at a wrestling convention, the women's room has no line.
But the men's room, like often, is situated near the women's room, and over sachets Sunny in a full prom dress and saying, "Standing near the ladies' room, huh, boys?" And I was both incredibly grossed out, and I also melted inside because that was my crush at 9 years old.
I see. I'm more
Perfect.
into you like that mid-20s, Sunny. I'm way more into the late 40s, Tammy Sitch.
Yeah.
She's got that New Jersey auto body shop vibe. You know what I mean? She looks like she works at a lunch counter now. And I like that because maybe a school custodian. My question is, when's DDP going to get a hold of Sunny? Okay. When's he going to bring her down?
You're right. They're both on the shore.
That's what I'm saying.
That's like a 10-minute drive for DDP.
He could yell at her to do some yoga, Jake the Snake and pull his toys out, and they could have a great time. That's what I'm saying. I want DDP, if you're listening, save Sunny.
Thank you, DDP, in advance for saving her life.
Thank you. Giving us sunny days once again.
Mustafa Ali asked for his release.
He didn't get released already?
Right? Apparently Vince McMahon had an idea for him to change his gimmick up.
Oh, I wonder what that
opposite
idea was.
Of what he would have ever wanted to do.
I wonder what that gimmick was.
Yeah.
I
think about Mustafa Ali, and I have a lot of respect for him, but this is the second time, because he used to be a police officer in Chicago. This is the second time he has tried and failed to change the system from within.
Well, I give him kudos for trying, but
yeah, all the respect in the world for trying.
The thing is, I never thought Mustafa Ali would ever work in WWE. I love him as a babyface, but Vince McMahon looks at Mustafa Ali and he sees heel. And you know why. You know why. Look, WWE was not the first show back after 9/11 for no reason. You know what I mean? Vince, there's certain things he likes and there's certain things he doesn't like. Now, am I saying Vince McMahon's a racist? Yes. But yeah, actually there is no but. That's it. He just is a racist. And poor Mustafa Ali, there's a guy, would love to see him on the indies. I mean AEW maybe, but I feel like he's someone who could do really good things on the indies.
Yeah. Put him in GCW.
Yeah. Or just have him. Yeah, or just have him be one of those guys that shows up everywhere for a year or two. I think it'd be great. He can connect. I truly believe he can connect. Unfortunately, the way Vince wants him to connect is as a heel in Saudi Arabia or whatever. Maybe, or is he a babyface in Saudi Arabia? I don't know the politics of his ethnicity when it comes to
pretty sure
Saudi Arabia. And I'll tell you this, I feel gross talking about it, but it's not my fault. I have to talk about it. It's WWE's fault.
Yeah. Mansoor was the big baby face.
I know.
And then they became a tag team from that feud, but yeah.
Well,
hey, GCW, they're doing their big Hammerstein Ballroom show.
They've got Mox is back.
Mox is back. Shockingly going to GCW before AEW return.
Well, AEW does have a show this week, so I mean maybe he'll show up on Dynamite, but I don't know. I don't know where Moxley. I haven't really thought about this much, to be honest. I know Moxley's coming back, but I was trying to think what's his place right now in AEW? I feel like he was maybe gonna turn heel. Is that still something he's gonna do? Where does he fit in the title picture? It seems like Adam Cole is the guy they're going with, which I love that idea. I think Adam Cole would be a great AEW champion in 2022. So I don't know what Moxley's deal is. Maybe it makes sense for him to go to GCW. Maybe it makes sense for his AEW return to be at a later date. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, that's the thing about AEW is that they're fine with star power, and they're unlike WWE. They're open to people going away for a little while and not just like languishing in the mid card or, just vanishing off the face of the earth. So yeah, there's only cool cred that'll come from this big GCW's biggest show. It's in a sold out Hammerstein Ballroom. He's facing Homicide, the
and
hometown hero.
He is the GCW champion, so it makes
That's
sense
true.
for him to do it. But maybe the idea is we announce him, and then I don't know. Well, why announce him before? If he's going to go back to Dynamite this week, why not announce it? Maybe make a deal where you announce it on Dynamite or something. I don't know. It seems fishy to me, whatever's going on.
Speaking of fishy, the Octopus Man himself, Jonathan Gresham, is facing Blake Christian for the Ring of Honor World title. Blake Christian, I've seen him wrestle a bunch now because I go to these GCW shows in LA. I can't tell you a thing about him.
I don't know who that is. It sounds like he's maybe in the X division this year.
GCW tag titles, Briscoes versus mystery opponent. Probably.
I don't know. Briscoes, how are they doing?
They're fine. Like I said a few weeks ago, I got to talk to Jay Briscoe at the show with a non-wrestling fan with me, and that was a fun sight.
I have a question. Who scares you more, the ROH Briscoes or like the old Briscoes? Like, who would you
ROH Briscoes now? Because they've been around the world and they're still like that. They're worse. You look at the 2002 Briscoes. Yeah, maybe their ideas are like still kind of iffy, but their ideas now were iffy too, and they look like freaks.
I feel like the Briscoes would just like, I don't know.
Handsome Jay Briscoe. He's a handsome man.
Handsome Jay.
Yeah.
Was that his name when he came in? Handsome Jay, and that's fine. Was the other one Mark? Cute Mark? Handsome Jay, cute Mark.
Mark's not cute.
I think
Mark's
so.
never been cute.
I don't think how many teeth someone has in their mouth it says anything about how cute they are.
We got Matt Cardona and Joey Janela. I love this feud.
Love it. Absolutely.
Joey Janela throwing up the quote photoshopped pics with Chelsea Green. Lounging by the pool, doing the Flair Savage thing.
The best. I wonder what Cardona's year is going to look like. Is he just going to be the top heel on the indies all year? Is he going to go to Impact?
He's in Impact.
He's in Impact?
Yeah. He's feuding with Moose.
Obviously, I don't care. Well, Cardona, though, could the Matt Cardona, WWE ECW legend Matt Cardona gimmick?
He's the ECW TV champion right now, too.
So funny.
He beat Rhino in Detroit.
So great. And didn't you shout out the last ECW champion, Ezekiel Jackson?
Oh, God. He's great.
Yeah, he's really good at it. I mean, it's a great role for him. I just wonder what his upside is. I feel like this is the most over he's been since the Long Island Bro days.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, is he gonna, does he just want to have fun? He probably saved his money. He was on the main roster forever doing nothing. So I'm
look
sure
at those toys he buys. He saved his money.
Yeah, he's got them all. Yeah, he's got all his money tied up in toys.
Yeah,
you know what? Maybe he should stay on the indies.
Well, he could. That's a liquid asset. I don't know. And a week after we talked about Ali Catch, kind of her progression, they put out a great video of her kind of walking the streets of New York in familiar areas, only to find a big piece of graffiti that says Soho on it. And she's going to face Ruby Soho. That should be a fun one.
That's cool. Yeah.
Like to see more women in GCW. It's a little rough. sometimes.
I can imagine. I've seen those shows.
And then a 6-man tag match. Bandito, who is also the Ring of Honor champion.
What?
Yeah, a weird
Ring
technical.
of Honor's not even not even a company anymore.
Well, he I guess Gresham's the interim champion technically. He carries the old belt.
I see.
But Bandito, Laredo Kid, who's great, and ASF, who is my fucking favorite, seeing him wrestle on these indie shows. Just a tiny, handsome little man, little high-flying luchador, facing Aries, Demonic Flamita, who's my favorite name of a wrestler.
Cool, yeah.
And Gringo Loco, who anyway, that's GCW.
And that's in Hammerstein next week, right?
Yeah.
I won't be going.
On the 23rd.
I won't be going.
Will you be going to the Rock and Roll Express farewell tour?
Maybe. I don't know. Is Tanahashi going to wrestle with them again?
I don't know. They haven't announced any matches. Who would you like to see on their way out? Rock and Roll Express go up against?
Let's see. Brock. Fucking beat their asses. Shave Ricky Martin's head.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Royal Rumble. It's a shame they're not women.
Get them in the Rumble.
If they were women, they would be a shoo-in for the Royal Rumble.
Fine. Just put a little, what do you call it? Foundation on Robert Gibson. It's fine.
Let's take a look. Darren, do you know who's in the Royal Rumble this year?
What do you think?
Well, right, the men's Royal Rumble,
right?
It's the usual suspects so far. You got your Happies and your Madcaps, and then Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah.
And then in the women's Royal Rumble, boy, they have their 10 women on their main roster.
Yeah, but they have all 10 women, so it's gonna be a 10-woman Rumble.
And then they've got the Bella Twins, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, Summer Rae, and the Impact Women's Champion, Mickie James.
Oh God, I wonder if they're gonna, great. They're gonna bring her in a garbage bag. Maybe that's how they'll eliminate her. They'll throw her in a garbage bag, throw her over. It's like, this is what you get for tweeting about us, lady. Have fun down in Nashville.
I mean, they like stealing AEW ideas. That's the Darby Allin spot, right?
Jesus Christ! Yeah, give Mickie James the Darby Allin spot. Is that her? All right, we're gonna run as fast as you can, and we're gonna launch you, and wherever you land is where you land.
I mean, she says she's bringing the Impact title to the match.
I don't care. I know I'm supposed to care. I know that this is supposed to be cool. Like WWE's opening its doors to other companies. See, they play. What is the ulterior motive here? I mean, is it just they don't have any women?
I think they don't have any women, and they don't have phone numbers.
And Vince, and probably
Triple H has all the Rolodex of the indie wrestlers, and
I'm guessing that people just did not want to answer the phone, or they don't want to come in. They don't want to do it. I guess Mickie, let's put it this way. Mickie James, if nothing else, is a good sport. She'll let them pretty much do whatever.
Yeah.
She's down to be.
Well, this could also be their apology for.
Oh, sorry. You can come in the women's Royal Rumble where we don't have and wrestle. This is mostly like a Legends Royal Rumble. It's pretty much like an oldest Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Well, let's get into the oldest Royal Rumble.
Oh,
Darren.
God.
The rules of the Royal Rumble typically are that wrestlers go over the top rope. This is our fantasy match. We're in control. Some of these people are extraordinarily old. Should we change the rules, or should we keep it?
Look, I don't know who's in this match, but I'm gonna bet that whoever's in it is a stickler for tradition. So they're going over the top rope. 2 feet must hit the floor.
All right. So we don't have a location for this match. Do we return to the Jeddah Thunderdome?
I don't know. That's a good. I think it could be. Where's I don't know, probably like the.
What's like a nice old wrestling venue? There's like the
Coliseum.
Olympic in Los Angeles, which is a church now.
The Coliseum in Rome, the Roman Coliseum.
I guess that is the oldest wrestling
Really
arena.
like an amphitheater, a Greek amphitheater.
No,
A recently excavated Greek amphitheater.
Okay. So let's get into the oldest Royal Rumble. And man upstairs, Isaiah, the Lars Anderson of our Minnesota Wrecking Crew, will you show us our first two entrants?
Your first entrant in the oldest Royal Rumble, Dory Dixon. And your next entrant, Alan Pinball.
All right. So we have these, you might be saying, hey, I don't know these people. I might not be interested in this segment. Here's the thing. We don't really know these people either. This is a learning experience for us as well. But if you have predictions or thoughts about these entrants, please hit us up in the chat if you're watching live. First up, we got Dory Dixon, the Calypso Kid.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, he's El Giganto de Ibano. He was the Mr. Jamaica Body Beautiful tournament winner and was part of the 1954 Central American and Caribbean Games weightlifting team, where he fell in love with Mexico and lucha libre, and then wrestled all over North America.
Wow, very interesting. And then our second one is Alan Pinfold. He's 92 years young, from Sydney, Australia. He's the three-time Australian light heavyweight champion. He retired in 1975 due to severe arthritis, and now he's lived for 50 years in pain. I've never heard of Alan Pinfold. I don't know who that is.
Have you heard of Dory Dixon or Darrell Dixon?
I have heard of Dory Dixon. I've read the name. You know, I can't say I don't think he was a big star.
Yeah, I think he was a bigger star in Mexico. He's got the advantage of the age. He's only 86 years old.
Oh, he's a young one.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, but also there's the arthritis issue. Severe arthritis that caused him to retire. I think he has trouble getting to the ring. I think
severe arthritis. Yes. See, the problem with getting in a wrestling ring. Look, I've gotten in a wrestling ring once, and it was hard to get in. And I am basically able-bodied.
Mm-hmm.
I had trouble. And no offense to Alan, he's a three-time light heavyweight champion. That to me says he relied on his quickness. He relied on his agility. To be a three-time light heavyweight champion, you got to be quite an athlete. You're not getting it with size. You're not getting it with even heel tactics. So I think Alan's at a real disadvantage. I'm going to say they got 2 minutes to get in the ring. If they get in, it's a win for us all.
All right, let's take a look at our next entrant in the oldest Royal Rumble.
Max Crabtree.
That's right. At 88 years old.
Brought it. See, now when I saw this name, I got a little screen here where I have the sound effects, and I saw Max Crabtree. I thought that was Max from the Acclaim.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that would be a surprise entrant in the oldest Royal Rumble. But Max Crabtree is related to Shirley Crabtree, Big Daddy.
Oh, wow.
So I'd like to think he's Big Uncle. From Halifax, Yorkshire, England, and probably doesn't like being in this match because he's called the WWF a load of ballyhoo.
Okay, great. Well, I'll say this. First of all, Max has what an entrance. He's got that tuba music. I'm saying he's coming down with a full tuba band. to bring him to the ring. If he's got that, I feel like he is at an advantage in this match because if he's anything like Big Daddy, he's been wrestling like a geriatric senior citizen his entire career. So I think that he should be in his comfort zone here. You don't give me a height and weight, at his age.
Yeah.
I'd say less weight is probably better.
He's got those Crabtree genes.
That's not good.
So yeah, that's trouble for a young man.
I'm saying here's how I see it. Dory's in the ring. He's ready to go. He's posing. He's got, he hears the tuba, and he don't really like it. He likes the calypso. That me too. Alan Pinfold, on the other hand, our 3-time light heavyweight champion with the arthritis. I don't think he's quite gotten in the ring yet. He's almost there. He's coming up to it. In comes Crabtree with his tuba band, as you heard in the beautiful theme song we had there. I think they run Alan right over. He's tubaed out of the match. I don't even think he's got to get in to get eliminated. But
I say Dory Dixon, he's actually a minister now in Mexico. Okay. I think there's a mercy. Matt Crabtree, he's a natural baby face.
Absolutely.
I think they're both gonna gently lift Alan Pinfold out of the ring and place him both feet on the ground so they can have proper late 80s wrestling match. And then we see the real fight begin.
And then as they're about to tie up, we go to our next entrant.
Yeah, let's take a look at who's next in the oldest Royal Rumble.
There's a scout troop short a child who's just a wet-eyed a wild.
Car 54, where are you?
That's right. If you're somebody who watches Antenna TV a lot, which might be you, Darren, you say you're watching Pluto.
I like it.
You might recognize the theme to Car 54, Where Are You? That's because Hank Garrett is our next entrant at 90 years old. He is a famous wrestler and actor, famously with what's his name? Herman Munster, that actor. He was his his sidekick on the show. Who we've also talked about him in a wrestling context.
He did.
Too.
He wrestled Gene LaBelle on an episode of Monsters.
That's right. Judo Gene. So he was on this. Is in a bunch of movies, like big movies, like Serpico, Day of the Condor, Death Wish. Always kind of playing the heavy. He was playing this role up until 2000s too. So
wow,
he's probably a little bit, at 90 years old, who knows, but I'd like to say he's still got some of that weight. He's a 1958 Junior Olympic powerlifting champion. He's skilled in karate. So, he can center and balance and kind of, use his force.
You have
something,
Harlem,
New York.
I see that. Tough. So he's from Harlem, New York, but you have written here he's the Minnesota farm boy.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing about old wrestling.
So he's a heel. I say he gets in the match. He's in good shape. He's a heavy, he's been at this for a while. He's got the acting. I feel like he's kind of an onside favorite right now. He goes in there. He sees they're just about to eliminate Pinfold softly. It hasn't quite got him down yet. They're lowering him down, trying to help him.
This is like a 10-minute process.
Look, this is not a match built for speed, okay? And I think Hank Garrett gets in there and he does his Car 54, Where Are You catchphrase. I don't know what that is. I don't know if he's even got one. Neither does he, but he says something. He pushes him out. Alan Pinfold goes flying. He's sprawled out in the ring. It's like it's kind of a situation like we had a couple weeks ago with Phoenix, where he's just screaming. Screaming at Paul.
And we do a nice slow repeat too.
Yeah, we all look away. And I think that's where we're at. Hank Garrett has eliminated Alan Pinfold. Dory and Max are upset about it. Max, especially, he's got that British temper, and he goes at it with Hank Garrett. And I think they're kind of having an old man fight, you might say, or they're about to when we get another entrant.
Yeah, let's take a look at who's next in the oldest Royal Rumble. That's right. They were old in their peak. But somehow, the youngest entrant in the oldest Royal Rumble, Bushwhacker Luke, from way down under.
And he is just in time. His childhood hero, Alan Pinfold, from when he used to watch World Championship Wrestling from Australia as a kid, is laying in a heap, physically destroyed, screaming. And he says, and Luke wants to help him. But he says, Luke, I can't do the Australian accent. You're going to have to do it, Brett. And he says,
Luke, I am your father. Is that what we're going to? You set me up to. It's not how improv works, but
Dad, Daddy.
And
Daddy.
I think Bushwhacker Luke just grabs him by the head, which is very sensitive, and he just gives it a big old lick.
Right.
And then marches into the ring, and then Dory Dixon tosses him out, and then he marches out of the ring and back to the
exactly what it is. The thing is, when he licks Alan, his hero, his childhood hero, his father made, when he licks him, I think we're supposed to think as the audience that when he does this action, it's going to like bring him back to life. Like, I think, look, Luke is an old school wrestler, right? He's gonna milk it for all it's worth. So he's got him, he's got his head, he's looking around, he's gonna do the lick, and you think, oh, he's gonna bring him back to life. It's like when you rub the lamp, it's gonna bring him back. He gives him a lick, nothing. The guy is done. I don't want to say dead. It's like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, yeah. A lick, and he goes in and he waxes, as Gorilla Monsoon says, he whacks his way in, he whacks his way out.
That's right. And that's sad too, because he's the only active competitor. In 2021, he wrestled in GWA Florida and defeated Gangrel. Defeated him. So he was, the front row, but he's a bushwhacker. He's not that bright. Owen Straw in the chat saying, questioning the New Zealand accent. Look, I was put on the spot.
It's New Zealand. New Zealand.
Luke, I'm your father.
What? Okay.
Like.
I
don't know.
I am your father. I am your father.
Luke. Bushwhacker Luke.
Bushwhacker Luke.
I'm your father.
I am your father.
There's like a shitty New Zealand Star Wars. That's all right.
God.
Let's take a look at who's next in the oldest Royal Rumble.
Mr. Canada, Samson, work!
All right. As you could see, Mr. Canada, Samson Burke, he is the Brock Lesnar in this match, judging from that. And granted, he's 92 years old. Maybe he can't do those airplane spins. But I think this is the one where, who do we got? We got Hank Garrett, we got Max Crabtree, and Dory Dixon. They all stop whatever they're doing. They look and they're like, uh-oh, we all got to get ready for this guy.
It's Canada. I think it comes out to "Oh Canada." Is that the Canadian? It's no. What's the Canadian national anthem? It's Canada. It's Canada. Is that it?
No.
Yeah, keep going.
It's the land that we love. It's
Darren,
Canada.
you don't remember
Not
Robert Goulet
America.
singing at WrestleMania 6 where he needed the lyrics on the screen because
Can I say something about modern wrestling? Why can't we always have old wrestlers sing the national anthem? Okay, we had Gene Okerlund do it. We had Rene Goulet do it.
No, not Rene Goulet. Robert Goulet.
Oh, Robert Goulet. I don't know who that is. It wasn't Rene Goulet.
The famous singer. You're
Oh,
the
shut
only
up.
person in the world that knows who Rene Goulet is, but not who Robert Goulet is. Oh, Canada,
It's Canada.
our home and native land. True patriots are. I don't know the words.
It's a garbage country full of garbage people.
Ooh. Well, Mr. Canada, Samson Burke, has quite the career. He's taken his time making his way to the ring. So let's run down some of his credits. He's famous for playing Hercules in the film Three Stooges Meet Hercules.
Okay, good. All right. So he's got so he's a tough guy. He's
He's
used
a
to
tough guy.
2-on-1, 3-on-1. He's used to those kind of situations.
Yeah, he could pick up a big boulder and throw it at you.
Yeah.
He's a frequent co-star of Klaus Kinski.
Okay, so he's weird. He's also weird.
A little weird. And a former Canadian heavyweight champion in Stampede, which was one of the more notoriously tough wrestling promotions.
So this is a tough guy, Mr. Canada. Hercules.
Yeah.
So he comes in there. He's got, we got Dory hanging on, Max Crabtree hanging on. I think Max doesn't like him because Samson Burke comes in there and he's from Montreal, so he's got a little bit of the French accent. I can't say
God.
what I do? What I do wrong? All right.
No, continue, please.
He got a little bit of the France. So Max, being old as fuck and from England, don't like those French guys. So he's just like, oh, I've had at him. Oh, more I have at him. And he goes right after him. And Hercules, he is Hercules in this moment. He just lifts him up and puts him right over. I think I don't know how, I think he's got to eliminate Max because Max is he gets a little like old school British colonial racism. I'm not talking about like the current racism we have, like microaggressions. I'm talking about you are from France, so I don't like you, even though he's from Canada. It don't make sense, but that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, he's the kind of racist where you get out the forceps and you start measuring the head.
Oh, and be like, he's definitely France.
also, we got some big guys in here. Even at his best, Max Crabtree didn't look like he was a big guy. So we got some big boys in here. Let's see who's coming out next.
Cowboy Bob Ellis.
Oh, they're disapproving. Keep them doggies moving right.
Darren's very
Here we go. It's the cowboy.
Not Bob Orton.
No,
Not Bob Orton Sr.
Oh, before that.
Cowboy Bob Ellis.
Yes. I thought, is
Darren.
he the oldest living wrestler?
No, he is not.
He's one of them.
He's one of them. I mean, all of these guys, if you haven't caught on, these are the oldest living wrestlers.
Okay.
At least the male ones. He's 92 years old, and he is the inventor of the bulldog.
The move
So I
of the
say-
animal.
The move. I say he comes in, he's a house of fire. But he's a 92-year-old house of fire. So he's jumping up for that bulldog, and then Samson Burke is just holding him like a little baby. Both 92 years old though, so they both kind of crumble.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna say Cowboy comes in there. Dory gets a bulldog. Dory is still hanging on. He's still doing good out there.
Yeah.
He gets Bulldogs them both. And I think they're in the ring. And I think that's we're starting to load up now. Now we're starting to load up. We're at that point in the match where it's like, oh, ring starting to fill up. We have 3 wrestlers in it.
Yeah. And by the way, just for safety's sake, we're only doing 10 wrestlers in this Royal Rumble.
What?
What? Let's take a look at our 8th entrant into the oldest Royal Rumble. And Darren, you're going to like this. That's right. Beauregard. Wow. We got a little rock and roll. Most of these guys are a little too old to rock. But now Beauregard at 85 years old.
The closest anyone in wrestling got to punk rock before CM Punk, because Beauregard was on. He had did that record with Greg Sage from the Wipers.
That's right. And he must have been old when he did that.
He was very old. He's 85 now. It seems like he had a devastating finishing move called the thumb. You have listed here he was a time traveler?
Well, that's the thing. Before Broken Matt Hardy, Beauregard would look up what famous person from history was born that day and would take on some of the personality traits from that person. So if he looked back and he said, oh, wow, this date in history, Genghis Khan was born. I don't know if we know Genghis Khan's actual birthday, but no, Napoleon was born this day. Oh, George Washington was born this day. He would believe that he is imbued with the spirit of George Washington and wrestle.
So this is great, right? Good for Beauregard. He's got his time traveler gimmick. I think that's a really good thing for the match. He could time travel and be somebody young. He could be Muhammad Ali. He could be, I don't know, Sylvester Stallone. Mm-hmm. But we're recording this on January 16th. And, I don't think he has control of it. I don't think that's ever been the mechanics of it have been figured out. So I think it's just whoever's birthday it is, that's where he lands. And today is Betty White's birthday. So accidentally, he somehow ages. He ages so much older. And you think he's old coming out, but it's the difference between 86 and 100. And he's slowed down, but everybody loves him. Everybody's like, oh, he's so great. Everybody loves him because he's got some of that Betty White going on. But it's a disadvantage now. He's even older, except he's got his move, the thumb, which I would think that's a good thing it's better than the bulldog,
Now, is this the same thumb that we've seen used at PWG shows?
What's that? They just do
it's sort of, they do that like a human chain thing.
Oh, I was thinking it was like the Umaga's thumb, the spike.
Could be the spike, could be a thumb in the bum, could be a thumb in the eye. I didn't watch a ton of Portland wrestling in the 60s, so
I think the thumb is very helpful. Honestly. Yeah. I think the thumb is a good thing for him. He's got the disadvantage that now he's Betty White, but he's got the thumb. Who do we have in the match right now? So we've got Dory's left, Dory Dixon,
mm-hmm.
Mr.
Canada,
Mr. Cowboy Canada, Bob. Cowboy Bob, and now Beauregard
and Hank Garrett.
So I think Hank Garrett didn't Hank Garrett get eliminated?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I think he did.
Okay.
No,
he gets eliminated.
he's eliminated now. He was eliminated.
Samson Burke tosses him over the top.
Yeah, because he's showing off, and that's when Crabtree's like, oh, "I'm gonna get you, Frenchie," or whatever he fucking says. I don't know. Anyway, we'll keep it going right here.
Yeah, let's take a look at who's the 9th entrant in the oldest Royal Rumble.
Judo Gene Hooper.
The story I will tell is about Gene LaBelle. He was the greatest greatest fighter that the world ever knew. You could travel everywhere, but never would you find a man who could throw Gene LaBelle.
All right, this is our Stone Cold. This is our Hulk Hogan. This is our John Cena of the oldest Royal Rumble. Darren, tell people about Judo Gene LaBelle.
Well, look, Judo Gene LaBelle is a Hollywood institution. He was a wrestler in Los Angeles. He's a stuntman. He's a jiu-jitsu master. He's the godfather of grappling. He was friends with Bruce Lee. He trained Ronda Rousey. It says here he was trained by Ed Strangler Lewis. So he's literally older than time itself. He was accessory to murder alongside pornographer Jack Ginsburg. Once on a date.
So he could get hardcore.
This sentence does not make any sense to me, but I'm just going to read it verbatim. Once on a date, I'm sorry. Okay. I thought it was once on a date, he choked Steven Seagal unconscious and made him shit his pants. I think that we're going to stick with date. It was on a date. He was, hey, you know what? He was single.
Well, Steven Seagal's being a big guy, and he's saying, well, I can't be choked out. And then he says, I'm Gene LaBelle. I can choke anyone out, as we saw in the video.
Oh, no.
And he sticks one of his chokeholds on him, and not only does Steven Seagal pass out, he shits his pants.
There is nothing I love more than an old man who can make you shit your pants. Look, Gene LaBelle is in this match, and he's in good shape. He runs in. He's
in his pinky.
Yeah. And that's it. He's like one after another. First, Beauregard breaks. He's breaking their arms. It's like Penta when he was in Lucha Underground. He's just breaking everybody's arms. So we got Beauregard, arm broken, screaming in pain, tossed over. He goes right after Dory Dixon. He's been in there the whole time. Calypso Kid, no match for Judo Gene. Breaks his arm, throws him out. And now it's Judo Gene, Hank Garrett, and Mr. Canada.
All Hollywood people. So they've got
Cowboy Bob Ellis.
Yeah, I think they all turn on Bob Ellis because they're like, hey, remember Paramount lot?
Yeah, and Cowboy Bob Ellis, who has never left, who has never been in a state where you can that touches the ocean. You know what I mean? He's like very much from the interior.
Yeah. Did you know that Judo Gene LaBelle was the basis of the Brad Pitt character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
That's so cool. I feel like somebody should make a documentary about Gene LaBelle, like something good. Have they done that? I'm sure someone has.
I'm sure he made one. He's a weirdo.
It's true. Yeah.
All right. So, I think Bob Ellis gets tossed over, and now it's two big boys and then weird Gene LaBelle.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Gene LaBelle, just Google him. You probably recognize him from like stuff. He's just been in a million things, and
he's got like a sitcom face.
He's got because he was in sitcoms.
True. Yeah.
He wrestled Herman Munster, played by Fred Gwynn, whose name I was blanking on before. I think. How about this? Hank Garrett, Gene LaBelle's kind of stalking Hank Garrett, and then he points. Is Fred Gwynn still alive? I gotta find this out.
Is Fred Gwynn still alive? I've seen Herman Munster.
He died in 1993, which I feel like My Cousin Vinny came out after that, but I don't know. Yeah, I think he points to the Titantron at the Coliseum and he says, "Look, it's Fred. We both knew Fred." And then Gene LaBelle's like, not gonna work. And he puts him in the sleeper and he passes him out and he tosses him over the top rope. And now we're down to 2.
Who are the two that are left?
We've got Mr. Canada, Sam Burke, Judo Gene LaBelle, and one more entrant. Let's see who it is.
Your final entrant, Joe DeRosio.
That's right. at 99 years old, the oldest entrant in the oldest Royal Rumble. He is the poet laureate of professional wrestling from Bermondsey, London, England. World of Sport legend Joe DiRazio.
I have a wrestling legend who would take umbrage with the fact that he is the poet laureate of professional wrestling, but that's for another oldest Royal Rumble. Creepiest Royal Rumble.
Weirdest Royal Rumble, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the author of the poetry book A Wrestler's Lament. So I think he walks to the ring extraordinarily slowly.
He's not doing good. Yeah, he's not.
He is at 100 years old this year, and I think he is just very quietly talking about the beauty of the Coliseum.
Right.
I think he's talking about these are two people that he's seen in the films, and one looks like
two battlers,
a Greek god. The other looks like a martial arts master. I think he's just talking about the wonder of it all. This might be one of the last things he ever sees. Certainly the last thing of this grandeur. And I think he makes his way to the ring, and Gene LeBell just chokes him out.
Yeah.
And he chokes him to death.
Yeah, yeah. First, he breaks his arm. He gets that Ronda Rousey arm on him.
Yeah,
he's just wrenching it.
Mm-hmm. You see the pop.
You see the pop, yeah. And then also,
It
like,
doesn't
I'm
take
gonna say he's so old, the arm goes right off.
Yeah,
and there's not even any blood. There's not even any. The blood don't pump that fast anymore. And yeah, so he's he's armless.
I think there's a gust of wind and he turns to dust.
That's it. And somewhere, and then now that he's passed on, who's the oldest living wrestler at this point?
I think it might be Samson Burke now.
I think it's Samson Burke, who is
at least the oldest in this match. There's a few of them that are all 92 years old. But
I see.
We can maybe deduce that Bob Ellis and Alan Pinfold died on impact after getting tossed over the top rope as well.
That's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, Samson Burke is the oldest living wrestler, and he's got to get through Judo Gene,
who is covered in blood.
Yeah, that pink gi has got some red all over it. Yeah, he's making his faces, being weird,
but he is in the ring with Hercules, and it is some fucking, what did we say, Roman Coliseum, Greek Amphitheater, which one?
Yeah,
Roman Coliseum. So this is like he may be getting some powers. Zeus.
He was a method actor when he was preparing to play the role of Hercules in The Three Stooges Meet Hercules. He studied the Greek myths.
Sure, he had to embody them. He had to go to the what do they call, the Oracle or whatever. He had to.
He's thinking about his time with Jason and the Argonauts. He's thinking about battling the Hydra. He's thinking about Mount Olympus and being cast away for being a demigod.
And the dozen fans that are at the Roman Coliseum, the dozen tourists that are there.
I think he looks to the skies and he sees Aphrodite and Prometheus and Athena, and he sees his Greek gods watching him on.
And it's this beautiful moment.
Mm-hmm.
It is interrupted by bloodthirsty Gene LeBell, who grabs the arm, and then the unthinkable breaks it.
Yeah.
Into
Not
pieces.
so strong anymore.
No, Hercules is half man, half god. Well, the half man part is his broken arm. So now he's old.
Yeah.
The oldest living wrestler. His arm is broken. Gene LeBell's there. What happened?
I think Gene LeBell, he's broken his arm. Samson Burke, not the mightiest man anymore. And he says, "Get out of the ring. Get out." And then he has to climb out over the top rope himself. So Gene LeBell, crowned victorious. Ronda Rousey shows up, gives him a big hug.
That's right. Ronda Rousey shows up. And who else? Bushwhacker Luke whacks his way right back out there. Gets in the ring to celebrate with his trainer, Judo Gene LeBell. I don't know if that's true, but I'm just going to say it is.
I don't think so.
And Ronda Rousey, Judo Gene LeBell, and Bushwhacker Luke, and this pay-per-view with a little lick fest. They're just that's what the crowd wants. The crowd came to the licks.
Define lick fest. Is that like Rhonda's licking Jean LaBelle too?
It is a lick fest.
What do you think Jean LaBelle tastes like?
I think he tastes like
spent so much time on those dirty mats.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like a sweat, I don't know. You ever lick a box? But so a lick fest, it's like tongue to non-tongue contact. So you can't be licking the tongue. That's kissing. And this is not kissing. Jean LaBelle will never kiss Bushwhacker Luke, but he will lick him. And they lick and lick.
These are perhaps the two ugliest wrestlers of all time.
Right.
Which is a lot.
And two ugliest wrestlers and Jean LaBelle. That's not nice. I'm sorry. Ronda Rousey's very, very nice looking person. Definitely does not. I bet you one of those wrestlers is not vaccinated in that ring.
Well, I mean, yeah. Luke, the uglier Bushwhacker. I just wanted to double check. He is the weird looking one of the two very weird looking men.
Wait a second. Yeah, the weird looking one. Yeah.
And they lick each other up and down all over the face until the crowd disperses.
Yeah.
Rhonda gets in her monster truck and drives home. Drives to her hotel. And I think they're still in there as the lights are getting shut off, licking each other.
And then the lights are off and the crowd is gone. And Luke and Judo Gene stand in the ring in silence. And that's how the oldest Royal Rumble ends.
Darren, you did your WFMU show.
Sure, I guess.
But play.
Would I play? That's a good question. I actually don't remember right now. I'm so wound up by the oldest Royal Rumble. I don't know. I remember I did I don't know. It was a weird night. It was very cold in Jersey City last night. And when it's cold in Jersey City, that means it's very hot at WFMU studio. So it's like, you ever in a room that's very hot and you're very tired?
Yeah. I listened to some of the show. You were talking about how bad the room was going to smell.
It did smell terrible. That's true. Yeah, we did. It was definitely radio you can smell last night. You can check that out at WFMU.org, the archive, if you'd like. Played a bunch of new music, as I do every Saturday night at midnight. I'm starting work on my WFMU Premium, which will be out in March. So I'll have more info on that as the time comes. The WFMU Marathon season is rapidly approaching, March 7th to March 21st, I believe. So stay tuned for all that. We'll have more info in the next couple weeks, but get ready. The marathon's coming and we need your money.
And God willing, if it still happens, I'd like to think it will. You could check me out doing some live comedy at Shrimp Planet, which is hosted by the Shrimp Boys from Hell Trap Nightmare fame. And Carmen Christopher, Annie Donnelly, Meg Stalter, all going to be on the show.
All recently become parents, all of them.
Yeah,
together. I don't know who the father is,
including all three Shrimp Boys. Yeah,
we'll find out. Brett, we'll get to the bottom of it. Paternity tests all around at the shrimp night. What's it called?
Shrimp Planet with the Shrimp Boys
Planet.
At the Elysian Theater.
Brett, when are you going to start Brett, when are you starting a comedy group?
I need some friends.
Yeah, you're more of that. You're like kind of like a Judo Gene, you're kind of just a lonely shooter.
The lonely shooter. All right, Darren, why don't you take us out?
All right, that'll do it for Wrestling Club. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to the man upstairs, Isaiah, Steve D for the theme song, and the fine folks at WFMU Radio. If you dig Wrestling Club, please like, share, subscribe. Give us a 5-star rating on the Melcher scale. Invite your friends, check out the archive, and follow us on social media. Wrestling Club will return next week with a whole new show, so please check it out. But until then, for Brett, I'm Darren. This has been Wrestling Club. Thanks again, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
The Wrestling Club with Darren and Brett. We've got a show that you'll never forget.